All right. Hello, hello. Okay, we're going to get this show on the road. I am Dana Barish, and I'm going to be your tour guide, yay, throughout this presentation. And so hopefully you guys are seeing the Pure Romance logo, and we're going to get this show on the road. So I want to welcome you to Pure Romance. Woohoo! Congratulations on literally joining the most amazing experience of your life. You are in for the ride of your life, and hopefully it's something that you're going to be able to do for the rest of your life, and you've actually found yourself a career versus a hobby. Most people, when they start Pure Romance, just find that they're just going to do this as a hobby. I know when I started, I was like, this is just a great way to get out of the house for a few hours. I had no intention of doing it to the extent that I do now. It was just going to be some fun. I figured I'd make my kit money back in a couple shows, and then see where it went from there, maybe load up on Coochie and Body Do and just keep myself well stocked. But it just exploded. Every party I did, 3 people wanted to book a party. The first 10 months of business, I ended up selling $100,000 worth of merchandise, and this was in the year 2002. So by the end of the year, I was making 50%, and I was like, are you kidding me? I just cleared $50,000, and I was not even working that hard. Year 2, in year 2003, my retail totals were $177,000. That doesn't count my, what at the time was called net. So I really almost had a $200,000 year. I cleared 6 figures in year 2, and I was like, sign me up for the long haul. This is a career. How fun is that? So I started doing this, and I've never looked back. Pure Romance pays all my bills. It pays a couple mortgages, pays car payments. It pays, hopefully it's going to pay for kids' college that are going in. My kids are now I got to remember how old they are, 14 and 16. I started when they were 1 and 3. It's so cool that they've grown up alongside this Pure Romance business. So really exciting for you newbies. You are in a great place. So we're so excited to have you. So I'm going to teach you some quick tips to get your business cranking, get it off to a success, because there's tons and tons of resources, and I know it gets a little overwhelming, but I want you to know there's some great main places to go when you're doing this, and one of them is the team Facebook page. We have a main page. If I'm not your direct sponsor, so somebody else has recruited you, you may fall in my downline somewhere, you may not, but your team probably has a team Facebook page. If not, our group definitely does. So you may even be in a couple groups. Your team may even have a few Facebook groups depending on who your upline is. So you're lucky if you do, if you have multiple Facebook pages. So that's really cool. Great resources for you. You can get your questions answered pretty much around the clock, which is super, super nice. We also have a team website, which is pureddd.com. The password is success 2002. So write that down somewhere, jot it down, because I keep that updated, and that's going to be things on there that you can't find anywhere else. I'm not going to duplicate documents you can find on the COO. I'm not going to duplicate a lot of stuff that you can find on our team Facebook page unless it's something I want you guys to be able to readily find. So I might move it over there, and it's an easier place to find it. We have Party School. Yay! Even Australia, New Zealand, you guys have Party School. It's coming. If you haven't gotten it, it's going to be launched. We have Party School, and that, you guys, don't freak out. It's there to help you. It's not to overwhelm you, because there's a lot of content on there, which is super, super cool. And I'm going to show you it really, really quick on the COO. So let me switch you over. I'm going to stop the screen sharing for a second. I'm going to switch over the screen. And if you're on a phone, not to worry. You can still hear this, and I'll talk to you about the Party School. So Party School is going to be available, and you guys should be, are you guys seeing screen 2? You guys see somebody say yes if you can. Type it in the chat box. We're going to go over to Party School over here. So we're going to go to the training center. Yeah, thank you guys. Okay, so Party School right here, this first tab on here, just click on the Party School under the training center. So you see how this hovers over here? Kind of easier to go through the COO when you can actually go on a desktop like this. Kind of hard on the phone. I have a hard time, but there is an app, of course, on your phone that you can use. But I find it easier on an actual desktop like this. So Party School here, you just click on it, and it's going to walk you through the modules. It's going to tell you where you've gone. It's telling me I have leads. Dang, I have leads. Yay, leads are fun. And you click here, and you can enter, and it's going to ask you the login information, and you're going to go through Party School that way, okay? So easy breezy, lemon squeezy, and it will walk you through a lot of things. We also have other tabs on here, and I know Australia, you're getting it as well. Click on any of these. There's a new consultant corner. Some of the documents that you're going to need are in this new consultant corner, and it's amazing. So I'm not going to go through this because we have a whole other training on the back end of this COO, but I wanted to show you where Party School was, and I'm also going to show you where events are, because events is where you need to be. See this event tab right here? So we're hovering. Event, corporate events. You want to go over to corporate events. This is going to show you what's current. You may be watching this recording and it's June, so you're thinking, what the heck is she saying March? So this is, you need to go to your own events and see what is the exact coming up current event. Okay, so, and of course, you're from Australia or New Zealand, same thing. So you can see the national trainings, and you'll see the local trainings when they're coming to your market. You click on the register button, and a whole new window will pop up. I hit the continue, and you'll see it's going to pop up all this, and you just click on register, okay? So easy breezy. They make it so easy for you, but just know where those two tabs are, Party School, and you want to check where the next set of corporate events are, because you don't want to miss a thing. You don't want to miss one of these national trainings, and I would recommend going to, if you have two offered, like right now we have two, you're going to want to register for both. They're both amazing. Okay, so those are on those screens. We're going to switch screens back. Dun, 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 dun. See how fast I can go, right? Clicking fast. All right. So now you can also see the download the COO app to your smartphone, contact your sponsor, and know that this number, write this number down, 866-ROMANCE. Anything you need, they're going to be able to help you. And, of course, if you're calling after hours, you're going to probably want to call when there are hours there so you can actually talk to somebody. But that's the number to dial into anything. If you're missing something in your box or you have a question about a payment or anything like that, anything corporate related, that's your number. If you have something like I need to go ahead and talk to my sponsor about something, then you're going to actually call her. So that'd be different from calling corporate office. All right. We just saw the corporate training, so easy breezy. All right, so let's make some money, shall we? Let's make some money. Now, the number one way to make money is always going to be instant money. Is going to be from parties. They're instant cash. There's no waiting for a paycheck. That's the great thing about us. I know some of the other in-home party plans, Pampered Chef, the jewelry companies, you got to wait for a paycheck. Not with us. So you get paid the night of the party. So every time you go to a party, you get paid. I love it. Now, the other way is outside orders. People can call you directly, or of course, they can text or Facebook message you. I got a Facebook message for 2 orders of Pure Pleasure today. I do free shipping when they call me directly like that because I don't give them a discount on the actual product. So I let them have free shipping. A great resource for you to know is PayPal has a free swiper for your phone, and you can get a PayPal debit card, which will load all that money onto you instantly, so you don't have to wait for any of the funds to clear. So instantly you've got your PayPal swiper. You also are going to want to set up your website. I love PayPal too. I also have Square, so you might want to sign up for Square as well. Square is also a free swiper. It doesn't have the debit card, so I know you newbies are like, we love PayPal, we love the debit card. So I have both. I'm always worried one's going to crash or, yeah, you like the Square? I know. If I hose out the Square, I'm just worrying like one time I'm going to go to a party and it's going to crash or something's going to happen. So that's why I got PayPal too. I got them both. What the heck? They're both free. Who cares? Get them both, right? I know. Totally. And then website orders. People can shop your site, and it's great. You'll get website orders while you're sleeping. I love website orders. You don't make as much profit on them, on some of it, because it's a percentage of how much they're ordering. So to find out what that is for you, you just go back to that COO and go to that newbie section, and you can download the requirements guide, the incentive policies and procedures manual, and you can go over all that, and we'll go over all that for you. Sponsoring newbies. Don't do what I did. I didn't sponsor anybody when I started. I was so nervous, and I was like, I don't think I can help anybody. You can help somebody. Don't be afraid of sponsoring from the get-go. All of the tools you need and they need are on that COO. So why are you worrying about trying to train them? That's not your job to train people. Your job is just to get them signed up. Let Pure Romance do the rest. They don't want you bogged down with having to train them, so don't even worry about it, okay? And you've always got your upline. She'll be happy to help you, and your sponsor is your upline, and whoever sponsored her is part of your upline as well. So you probably have a big chain of an upline, which is really cool. Or you might just have me, so you only have, you're like, I just have you. That's cool. All right, so sponsoring women. Next is, some people are always worried that they can't recruit, and you definitely can recruit right off the get-go. There's no better way to start a business than with sponsoring, and you'll see when you download the incentives guide, you're going to see that it's going to benefit you more as far as buying discount and as far as perks and you getting on that fast track program, because they have a way for you to earn jewelry, and one of them is through sponsoring. So definitely get on that and read all those policies and procedures. All right, so bookings. Party basics are bookings, bookings, bookings. Bookings are the cash flow in your business. This is going to be the way that your business is actually a success. So what I always say, you got your necklace and pin. I love it. That's my new girls. Nice. The number one thing you should be doing at all times is just something that will bring you parties. Okay, so a lot of you are going to get bogged down, like, oh my God, I got to learn what this lubricant does, and I need to go figure out how to set up this, and you don't. The main thing you want to do is have parties on that calendar. So we're going to go over why they book people you know, people you don't know, launch party, and all that good stuff. So let's get a crack-a-lackin'. So the number one reason they're going to book a party, so there's 3 reasons they book parties. One is fun. Fun, 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 fun. Now, ask yourself, do you think a makeup party is fun? Do you think a jewelry party is fun? Do you think cooking classes are fun? Like, no, none of that's fun, okay? Pure Romance party is fun. It's fun from start to finish. That's all we're doing is having a ton of fun. So use this when you talk to people. So when you're talking to somebody and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to say, all you got to say is, you like to have fun? I do a really fun thing for women, a lot of fun. They're going to be like, oh, what is it? Oh, and then you can talk to them about that. Plus, it's very comfortable, and it's a private setting. Number 2 reason is the free products. So when you're talking to Aunt Mary and you're telling her about your new Pure Romance business, you're not going to say, blah, 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 we empower women, blah, 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 we help this, blah, blah, blah. No. Aunt Mary, it's fun. And Aunt Mary, I would love for you to help me out by having a party. Not only am I going to give you guys some fun that you need, but I'm going to hook you up with some free products. And that is going to spark her interest, because if somebody told me they had some free stuff for me, my ears would perk up. Yes, Callie, I am going to give you an example of a 30-second intro. Heck yes, we're doing that next. All right, and the number 3 reason is to help the hostess out. So at a party, it's the easiest place to book a party. So the easiest place is when you're already at a party, because people are having fun, they're drinking, they're having a great time, and yay, Shernay, I'm glad you're here. And they actually will book a party because of all of that is into play. They have the fun, they want the free products, they want to help the hostess out. All right, so what I recommend you newbies is making phone calls. I know some of you are like, oh my God, pick up the phone. It's really the cash register of your business, and it's going to be, I don't want you to take the road out where I'm going to sit on my computer and I'm going to post on Facebook and I'm going to hope for some parties, because that is not how it works. People, if somebody said, okay, vote for this person, they have a Facebook page, would you vote for them? Maybe. Well, what if they picked up the phone and they called you and they said, hello, Ashley. It's Mary Smith, and I'm campaigning for this, and I wanted to talk to you, Ashley, because you'd be a perfect person to help me on my campaign, and I would love for you to vote for me, and here's why. Okay? So think about how much a personal invitation. Can you imagine if somebody invited you to a party and they just put you on a Facebook event and never called you? You know, it's so much better to have that personal connection. So I really can't stress it enough that the phone is going to be a great way for you to get your business cranking. It's like, people are like, what is your number one way to get your business cranking? Honestly, the phone. I know you're going to hate it, but pick up that phone. Phone. So any time of day is a great time, Courtney, to make those calls. So don't feel like, oh my gosh, because I know I'll talk myself out on it too. I'm like, oh, it's noon. It's not a good time. Oh, it's dinner time. They're not going to like it. Oh, it's too late to call. Oh, it's too early. Don't even do it. Don't even analyze it. Just pick up the phone. Of course, if it's like midnight, you don't want to call them. But I always say anytime after 10 in the morning and before 9 at night. That's my general rule of thumb. All right, so we're only going to book out the next 4 weeks because, you know, when you ask your girlfriends, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, I'll help you out, but I'll have a party, you know, 3 months from now. That's not going to help you because you could be out of business by then, right? We don't want to be out of business by then. We want to make our car payment and pay our mortgage, and we want to get our kit money back. So you want to book out the next 4 weeks. So I suggest going on the web and just printing out the calendar. That way you have it and you're ready to rock and roll. So as soon as somebody says, you know what, I'll have a party for you, don't ask when, just assign a date. Just ask if they want a weeknight or a weekend and then go from there. So if she says, I'll take a weeknight, you say, great, here's the next date I have. It is Monday, March 15th. And you just go from there. Don't tell them, you know, hey, pick any date you want. You want to assign them just like the doctor's office. The doctor's office never says pick any day you want. They say the doctor will see you in 6 weeks. Here's the date. And you just go with it and you work your schedule around it. Remember that there's no perfect date, and so don't get hung up on dates. I always tell the hostesses, like, you're never going to find all your friends that have the best date, so don't even, you know, try. It's not even worth it. Okay, so if she says to you, oh, I'm not sure, my house isn't big enough, or I don't know enough people, this is the script that you were asking. No problem. This is the script I want. My manager told me I need to get 3 big parties and 3 little parties. Do you think you could be one of my little parties? So that is your main script, okay? I need to get 3 big parties, 3 little parties. You think you could be one of my little parties. So industry statistics say 72% of people you ask are going to say yes. So if you're on the phone and you can't see the slide, you can just write this down real quick. So I just started a really fun business. Remember, the number one reason they book is fun. Started a new fun business. And I'd love to hook you up with a free shopping spree. So remember, the number one reason they book is fun. Number 2 is free products. So again, I'll repeat it. Just start a new business. I'd love for you to hook me up and help me out. It's really fun ladies' night out parties. When you have a party with me, I'm going to hook you up with some free stuff. Okay, so fun and free products. And then they're going to say, what is it? That's when you can say what it is. I work for the number one romance company in the world. Pure Romance. I'm sure you've heard of it. If they say nope, you say, oh my God, are you kidding me? Everyone's heard of it. It's the most amazing thing ever. It's literally the funnest ladies' night out party you could possibly have. And I want to hook you up. Okay? So all you got to say is the big and the little parties, because everyone can have a little party for you. There's no reason they can't have 3 people over. So when you're new, don't ever turn anyone down. All right, so leaving 3 messages per person is the industry standard. So you just want to call, leave a message. Hi, it's Lisa Smith. I'm calling you because I have a really fun proposition for you. Call me back. You don't have to leave and say, you know, I'm calling for you to book a party, because they're not going to call you back. You don't want to do that. You want to say, I am calling because I have a really fun proposition. They're like, ooh, what is that? You know, and then you want to hook them in a little bit. Okay. The next thing you want to do is Facebook, Instagram, your new business. And there's lots and lots and lots and lots of posts you can do. One of them, there's some sample. If you can't see the screen, it says, I just started with the number one romance company in the world. You can be the first to host one of the most in-demand ladies' night out parties. So that's a great line. Another one is choose a number between 1 and 25, and I'll give you a free gift. And then when they comment, you can private message them, let them know the free gift is a bonus for hosting a show with you. It's extra $50 in their choice of products when they have a party with at least 10 women in attendance. So I'm going to show you what that looks like on our team page. So let me stop that. If you can see the screen, great. If you can't, I'll tell you what it says. We're going to see screen 2. So on our team page, it is on the blog. There are different, depending on what type of month it is. You can see this was Christmas time. Choose an ornament. You can see on the screen, here was a Halloween one. We had numbers. pick a prize. Little images like this to put on your Facebook page are great because you can have people ask you what number, and then you can tell them whatever number you want. Can always be the same. They don't need to know that. It could just be the $50 extra in products. If you want, you could actually make a product. So number 1 could be a coochie. Number 2 could be a body dew. Number 3 could be a pure naked body spritz. These numbers, and don't get caught up like, oh God, this is so confusing. It's all on our team Facebook page, and it's all explained more in-depth detail. You can see I've in-depth detailed it. This is right now available on the blog. So if you look on our team page, which is www.puredd.com, on the blog, I have a lot of these. I like to put the quick and dirty little Facebook statuses over there. So you'll find them over there. I know. Someone did the clover. I know. There's a clover. So if you look on our team Facebook page, so right now it's March, people did Lucky Shamrock. So it's really cute and easy. So I don't want to get bogged down with that game, but that's just an idea. So let me stop that for a second, and we'll switch back over. To page 1. Okay, so that was that. And then another one is to say I've been challenged by my manager to host 6 parties in the next 60 days. I need 3 big ones, 3 little ones. Which of my friends will help me? In return, I'll hook you up with a free killer shopping spree with Pure Romance. Okay, so you can be blatantly asking for parties, or you could kind of covertly do it with the Shamrock. Pick a number, and I'll message you details. Totally up to you, but the main thing is getting it out there. One thing you want to know is you don't want to blast your page every 5 minutes with just business, or people will stop following you and they'll unfollow you. So you want to be careful about that. So mix in pictures of the dog, pictures of your baby. Maybe you have a traffic tie-up on the beltway. You want to take a picture of it, whatever. So I try to mix things in, or maybe you find a good joke. Anytime you find jokes or funny pictures, I like to post it on my main Facebook page so it doesn't look like I'm just 100% spamming people at all hours of the day. So just try to do a nice mixture. They recommend maybe doing 15% of your personal page to be business, and then 85% of it is actual personal stuff. So make sure you're interspersing a lot of personal stuff on your business page or your personal page. There is also a Facebook business page, but I don't get a ton of business from that, to be honest with you. I mean, you can definitely set one up. You can see mine down there. It does help, but your Facebook regular page gets you the most. All right, next, text everyone in your phone. There's a great app, and it's called, yes, and always stay positive. Good point, Kathleen. Don't ever post on there, oh, my God, I'm having a bad day. Oh, my dog just got hurt, blah, 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 doom and gloom, doom and gloom, doom and gloom. Nobody wants to read that. If you're always a positive person on there and you're constantly posting really fun things, people are really going to want to follow you, and they're going to want to stick with you, and they're going to want to be your friend. Okay, so texting. There is a great app. It's called Red Stamp. You can upload that to your phone, create really fun pictures that you can text, and make sure, again, you use the word help. Help, friends. I need your help. So you can offer money in free products. So $50 in free products when they refer a friend to you who books or joins your team. So there's lots of Red Stamp ideas on the team page and also on our team regular pureddd.com page as well. All right. Now I do an old school hostess packet. This is one of the ways, the app is called Red Stamp. So 2 words, Red Stamp. Yeah. To give to your hostesses. I got the folders in the Pure Romance Business Essentials page, and I buy the folders. And then I have the invitations. You can see I get these from the Business Essentials, my business card, an order form, and then this cover sheet. My cover sheet is available on our team page, and it gives you the do's and don'ts. And I believe there's also cover page on the COO, so you'll be able to use a cover page as well. Oh, and don't worry, you can keep asking me questions, you guys, and I will answer them all at the end. So if you're on this live training, feel free to keep asking questions over there. All right, so I do a hostess packet. I like to give that to the hostess, and that way it has all the do's and don'ts on there, and she's got something. Some people like the old school invitations that they can put on their refrigerator. I'm that type of person. If you've ever gotten a baby shower invitation or a wedding shower invitation, think about it. It is a hard copy invitation. It gets mailed to you, and it goes up on your fridge. So I want you to think about that, because I know a lot of you want to move to electronic only, but there's a lot of people who still like the old school packet. And if you're super cheap and you're like, well, I don't want to waste a packet on someone who's not going to use it, you could ask the hostess if she thinks she'll use it. I automatically give them out. I just write them off as a business expense, so I really don't care if they don't use it. I mean, it's literally a hostess packet for me is less than $5. So I don't mind it. I write it off, like I said, so it's not a big deal. All right. We do what's called hostess coaching, and definitely the party school is going to go into that for you, but I wanted to give you some other options as well. The way I do it, you have to remember a lot of these hostesses have never hosted a party like this, so don't assume they know what's going on. So when the hostess is, maybe you meet someone on the street, or maybe it's a friend of yours who's going to have a party for you, or maybe it's, you're actually at a party, I like to walk them through from the get-go what's expected. Like, hey, go through the rules, the do's and don'ts. There's going to be no men, no children, no babies, but I want to meet everybody you know. I want to meet your friends. I want to meet your neighbors. I want to meet your coworkers. I want to meet the people that are in your book club. I want to meet your moms at the PTA. I want to meet your soccer moms. I want to meet, relatives. So your hairdresser, I would love to meet your hairdresser. Do you have a personal trainer? I'd love to meet your trainer. Invite them all. And the great thing is everyone really wants to come to these. Even if you don't think they're interested, they probably are. So don't judge them, because what happens is if you don't invite your neighbor and she hears you had one of these and you didn't invite her, she's going to think that you think she's the neighborhood prude, and it's rude. So don't do that. Just don't judge anybody and just hand the invites out to everyone. And I would definitely recommend not only you handing out these hard copy invitations, but I'm going to create a red stamp for you, which is an app, and it's going to go right to your phone, and I'm going to text that over to you, and it's going to be a great save the date for you. And we can also do a Facebook event, and you can also do an evite. So there's lots of different ways that you can invite your guests and do whatever works for you. So the more, the merrier on that. So I'm going to show you guys, again, a Facebook event, and I'm going to show you some red stamp as well. So let's go over to our real Facebook event, shall we? How fun, right? So, oops, I started the wrong one, didn't I? Yes, I did. Let's go to 2. Okay, here we go. All right, guys. So first of all, we're over on the team page again, back in the blog. I wanted to show you that I do have, here's some red stamps. So you'll see these over there. This is a sample red stamp that I did. Those of you on the phone, it says, don't miss the hilarious fun this Wednesday night. Ladies Night In has never been this good. Grab a friend, neighbor, or coworker. Ladies only 18 plus. See the latest and greatest in adult products for a spicy good time. RSVP back to me, please. And here's you put your website down to preview the goodies. I have at the bottom, because you're new, you'll eliminate this. So where it says all products in stock to take home, obviously you're new, you don't have products in stock to take home. So just eliminate that whenever you see that on a red stamp, a sample one. Change anything you see up to what is going to work for you. So don't get caught up in somebody else's verbiage. Okay. Yeah, somebody's sure name invite the women from your church. Heck yes. All right. So let's go to a Facebook event. Here's what one looks like. This is the one I have going for this Tuesday. And you can see she invited 15 are going, 1 is a maybe, and we have 41 still up in the air on there. And what I do is I use the same script every single time. And we do have this over on our team page. We do have it over on the Facebook, so it's everywhere. You can see it. And I just change these covers up. Occasionally I'll change up the photo. And check this out. So let's do a little something in our Facebook, because this is coming up in a couple days, right, guys? All right, so you can see I keep little things in here to get interest going. And I have a little database, which is also on our team page, but I'm going to open up a picture right now. So let's see. I can't even remember what's posted in here. Sorry, I'm scrolling so fast. You guys are like, slow down. I'll show you the text first of all. So here it just says, let's kick it. You're invited to a party. It's going to be the best girls' night in. Join us for a pure romance party, a fun, tasteful presentation of some products mild to wild. Guaranteed something for everyone, so be ready to be pleasantly surprised. And you can just put your name on here. Mary Smith will be our consultant. You don't have to put the years of experience, obviously, because you don't have any. That means, and I have that means no waiting for your goodies. Just get rid of that, of course. Privacy guaranteed. You can window shop. Here's the thing at the bottom. If you can't make it to a party and you still would like the goodies, you want to shop this link, okay? This link, I'm going to show you really quick, you guys, how to set up a link. You ready? Fun. All right. So let's go over to the COO. You see this tab up here. We're going to click on My Parties. All right. All you have to do, you can see all my parties are here. You're going to click Add a Party. It's so easy. You're going to be like, I can't believe how easy this is. So let's add a new contact. We'll do Dana Barish. And my email, we'll do a sample party. So this is sample. Look how easy this is, how fast it is. Sample party. And let's make it for tomorrow, 3/2. And it'll be girls' night. And I don't want to do a party at 9 o'clock at night. Let's do one at 7. Yay. And the location is the same as the hostess address. And for now, I'm not even going to put my address in because I don't really need it. Let's say I'm in a massive, massive rush. All I'm going to do is watch this. Oh, that's all I did, right? Hit Save Party. See this on the bottom right? Here's your link. Check this out right here. This is how easy it is. This link, I'm going to show you guys how this works. Watch this. Okay, so let's copy it. Let's make sure it works because remember the hostess is Dana Barish. So let's open up a new tab at the top. I'm going to type in that link. I'm going to show you that it shows up as like screen 4 because I know you newbies like, oh God, it looks like it's not going to work. I'm going to show you how it works. So hit shop and okay, I want to buy something in the bath and beauty. I want to get a men's shower gel. It's out of stock. Let me pick something that's not out of stock. Dun, dun, dun. I'll get between the sheets. It's out of stock. Okay, Dana's picking all the out of stock. Let's get Coochie. Oh my goodness, right? Yay! That's funny. Add to bag. Now these are for party guests who can't make it to the show. You can text the link to your hostess. You can email the link. You can private messenger, and you can put it in a Facebook event. All right, so let's add that to the bag. I just want to show you what it does at the end. So let's check out. I'm only going to buy a Coochie. That's all I want to get. I'm a cheap girl. Says my party ID has been accepted. Do you see it over here? Apply. It's been accepted, but I'm still not sure, so let's check out. Me at Hotmail. I can see I've done this before. Continue the guest. We're already on screen like 4. Okay, now you can see it right here? You guys see this? Your party. Your order is for hostess Dana B and her consultant is Dana B. Okay, so you can see it does work. You're not going to know that it's working because don't think, oh gosh, it's not working. It doesn't show you until you enter in all this information. So when it gets to the credit card screen, you can tell your guests and your hostess that's where they're going to be able to see that they're shopping at the correct place. So I know I've heard people say it's not working. It does work. It works like a charm. Okay, so it's really easy, and then it will show up under your orders, under your website orders. Okay, so you'll also get an email saying you have a website order, and you'll be able to see the whole details, and you'll get to see the amount. So that's how easy that was. How cool is that, right? Okay, let's go back to the Facebook page. And don't worry, I'll get to your questions at the end. Yeah, so people are asking about online parties. I don't recommend doing online parties because the allure of a pure romance party is actually touching, tasting, feeling everything and that they can. If online stuff was so great, they would be shopping at Adam and Eve or Amazon or drugstore.com. So can't really compete with those big sites. So I wouldn't recommend any online parties. The only time I would do an online party is if you're more than a few states away from somebody, or if you got snowed out or inclement weather or hurricane and, you know, you had all these people and you wanted to kind of Skype a party, and that would be the only way I'd say to do it. I've never done one because I refuse. I just make them reschedule. And if they're out of state, I make a road trip and I'll go do it. Okay, so you guys see the text of the event. Here's where it is. It's over in this edit button. Look over here, guys. See this top? This is the key. You're going to hit edit. The main thing you need to know is you must add the hostesses. See these hostesses? I have 2 hostesses for Tuesday. I had to add them over here and hit the save button. Otherwise, they can't add their friends. So that's the main thing you want to know is you've got to go to the edit after you've already set the whole thing up and hit the save. Okay. Okay, so you can see my link is in there. Dun, 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 dun. So that's their link. So if I click on that, it's going to open up. And if I go through that whole thing again, watch this. Watch this, guys. Okay, that doesn't mean anything, right? Continue shopping. Oh, I didn't want to continue shopping. I meant to check out, didn't I? Darn it. Check out. So cool. Here comes the me at Hotmail. Here it is. Look. See, guys, it changed. Even though I had cookies on my cart, I went through that other link, and you can see clearly it's Mona's party, but my consultant is me. So remember, it was Dana B before. Now it's Mona. So it worked. So it's great. All right. Let's do a post. What do we got going here? We got Body Dew. Dana's got to look. I got enhancing gels. I got sheet spray. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so we don't have a lot of products going, do we? We need to get some products. All right. So I have a little folder on my desktop. Look at this. And it's called Facebook Events, Pictures. Cool, right? Yeah. Very cool, Dana. You're so cool. Let's do Bomb Pop Whipped. All right. And what happens is everybody who has RSVP'd is going to see this in their news feed. Check it out. All right. So we just put that in there. And this kind of keeps interest going. And you can see my hosts are pretty good. They're writing stuff in here. So it's good when the hostesses do it. Look, she put something fun in there, huh? And I have fun little, funny things. So let's put a funny in there. Let's see. I have no funnies. I put this one in there. I thought this was cute. Live like someone left the gate open. We could do a whole class on Facebook events, huh? I have a funny. Find my funnies, huh? Let's see what we have. Funnies. Here's the orgasm day. This one's cute. You know, Lindsay, on those copyrights, Pure Romance just kind of turns a blind eye to that. They're great. They don't seem to really mind us doing all this. Okay. I don't know. That's what I say. I'm like, I don't know, right? Look, National Orgasm Day. How funny, right? Please do your best to celebrate this important holiday. Falls on every day that ends in a Y. And then look, I can go into all my events. Let's go into my events. I have a party Friday. Same thing. Scroll down. There's Nancy's Ladies Night. Click on it. We got 18 going. Look, much better. Oh, I'll show you where all the images are. We have them in our Facebook group, and I have them on our team page. Remember the team page? Just go there, and you'll find everything there. Remember, I have everything for you guys. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't do any toys. Good point, Sharon. Don't post any toys. Okay. Let me make sure. I just scroll on to make sure I didn't post it again, because sometimes I forget what the heck I posted. Same thing. Just go into my Facebook folder, and we can give her the whip bomb pop. I've been bad. It's kind of good to do it every day. I'm going to show you another trick if you guys want. You guys like tricks? We could do what we should have done a whole Facebook. Do another one. And you came from oh no, Lindsay, you came from a party that didn't have a Facebook event because your hostess doesn't have Facebook. But it was still a great turnout. I don't even know how she invited you guys. Maybe you can type it up and tell us. I think I gave her hard copy invites, but I don't know if she used them. Oh, she used the Evite. That's right. I didn't even look at the Evite. I was so busy. See? Good point, Lindsay. Okay, there's the orgasm day. So you have a hostess without Facebook. Yeah, Elizabeth, she said they used Evite. So see this sample text that I used? You guys can use this. And remember, get rid of the no waiting in the stock. That's fine. Use this for an Evite. It will work. All right. So I have, look on the Weebly. Let me show you. Bum, 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 bum. Your Facebook is over here under training tools. Oh, new consultant corner. I have it under hostess packet and coaching. Red stamp. See the red stamp? Mail outs. Here's your Facebook. Look, I have it, you guys. There it is. There it is. Cover photo. And then check this out. Here's where I have those pictures. There's a Facebook event. Click on this Facebook event doc. So you guys go to that team page, www.pureddd. Password is success2002. Okay? All right. So Dana is going to stop with the, does anyone have any more quick Facebook event questions? Because, oh my gosh, it's going to go over too long if we keep going on with it. We'll have to do a whole nother training on that. But you guys get the basic gist, right? I figured it out. Yeah, Sarah, it's www.pureddd.com password is success2002. It was on the first screen when we watched this video. Okay, switch. Okay, now we're over here. So we did the Facebook event. All right, we got to talk to a lot of people. I know somebody was saying they're running into some roadblocks. So that's where we'll talk about that. Ashley, I think I do all my Facebook events on a computer. It's so hard on the phone. I can't even see the phone. So I do everything on a computer. So much easier. All right, so daily activity. What you guys need to do, I told you about making phone, but try to talk to 2 people a day about your pure romance business is going to help you. Try talking to random people. I talk to cashiers. I talk to grocery store clerks. I talk to people standing in line. Talk to people at the mall. You'll see in our team page, a lot of girls go out with goodie bags, and there's a flyer on the team page and also on the Facebook page. It's called the, it's literally, I renamed the flyer like, oh my God, this is the flyer I go everywhere with and pass out to strangers. And everyone prints that one up and then puts it in a little bag. You put a little bag from the dollar store. They make like 40 in a bag, 40 bags in a little package. And they're really cute. You can get heart ones, you can get shamrock ones, you get Easter egg ones, whatever. And some people will put just like a ring pop in there or put a charms blow pop, or you can even put a Smartie in there and you can say, be a Smartie, book a party. Cute. And you just hand them out to random people. So the more you talk to, the more your business is going to explode. But the easiest thing to say is just, hey, you look like you could use a girls' night out. So how awesome is that? Yes, you could use a girls' night out. You can also do trade shows. You could go to a local ladies' night. You can go to karaoke night. You could partner up with, charities. Think about ways you can really get your name out there quickly. I also recommend having a party at your own house. Even if you just have 5 people over, it's just an awesome thing to do. And I did, when I was new, I did 2 parties on 2 different dates. That way I had crowds that could come on a Sunday afternoon, and then I had another crowd that could come on a Thursday night. So I had totally 2 different sets of people. I did them 2 weeks out from each other because that way if somebody was out of town, I couldn't get that BS excuse that, I'm out of town, I can't support your business. Ha, ha, ha. Good, I have one 2 weeks later on a different day. So you find out who your friends are really fast when you actually do that. I don't recommend doing parties on a Friday or a Saturday night. It's kind of the kiss of death when you're new for a launch party. I would definitely do them on a weeknight and do one on like a Sunday afternoon. Go through your box with a couple bottles of wine and some friends. We call it a pop the box party. So as soon as your kit comes, we call it a pop the box. Just go through the box. You don't have to know anything. Tell them we're not going to do a show. We're just going to pop the box and have some wine, and you just rifle through the stuff, and hopefully you'll sell some stuff. People will love it and they'll want it. Yay! Taylor just had her pop the box party. Congratulations. Nice, nice, nice. I like it. quick tips for anything at your house. If you're going to do a real party at your house, I would invite a lot of people. Only 10% of the people are going to actually show up. If you want 10 people there, you got to really invite 100. And make it easy. You know, make it simple, and that way people will want to do it. You know, if you're like, oh, God, I got to put all this alcohol and all this food out, nobody's going to want to host a party because it looks too hard. So you want to make it easy. So make it easy on yourself and make it easy for future bookings. Every time you do a party, you want to shoot for 3 parties booked. So it's a great thing to do to play a little booking game, and there's tons of booking games. One of them is called the Dice Game. And the Dice Game is available on our team page, pureddd.com. So if you scroll down, I'm going to show you where that is real quick. I've got this on the pureddd site. If you scroll down, you're going to see Nancy McCarty doing her dice game. So it's really cute that she does here. I have that on our team page. So I didn't want to go over the whole dice game and waste your time because you could just see that there easily. pureddd.com. And that's the dice game. Okay, so the sky is the limit for your business. Number one way to get your business cranking is always going to be parties, parties, parties. Don't try to learn every little thing. All right. Questions in the box. I'm going to get your questions. So if you have questions, go ahead and type them up. Yes, I put catalogs in my hostess packets because people can pass them out at work, and if someone can't come, not everybody does like to shop that link. They might want to actually place an order with you directly. So you can even put order forms in with the catalogs. Do inventory, so it's totally, the nice thing about this business is it's optional. You don't have to carry inventory if you don't want to. But yeah, people, Ebony, you're correct. People are impulsive. People love instant gratification, so they do love to take things home with them. It is recommended down the long road if you can. And they say that it's 60% higher sales from people who actually do have stock. So your party sales go up. Kelly wanted to know, what do I do when guests or customers don't think they have friends who want to do that kind of party? You know, Kelly, if that's someone you know, you can work with her a little bit and educate her a bit and say, 60% of our product line is actually bath and beauty products. And so if somebody's not interested in the toys or any of the adult products, they can come, have a glass of wine, and they can get some great, spa products. We have a wonderful Pure Naked line. It's all organic, and it's paraben-free, glycerin-free, and it's really gentle. A lot of parents are enjoying this because their kids can actually use these products as well. It's just a matter of educating them and letting them know that it's not just a sex toy party. So it's very important. Like, I know when I was new, I'd be like, I'm having sex toy parties. And I didn't realize that verbiage wasn't the best. And so now it's just better to remember to say, I do really fun ladies' night out parties, have a party with me and I'll hook you up with some free products. And then when they say what it is, you can say, I work for the #1 romance company in the world, Pure Romance. We are all about education, empowering, and entertaining. I actually do a party that is an edutainment. It's half education, half fun. And so I'd love to spoil you rotten as a hostess and hook you up with free products and give your guests a lot of fun and education at the same time. So it's not just, adult products. We have a lot of education and games at the same time. So a bit of fun. Okay. Let's see who else has a question in here. So yeah, that would answer that same question. Somebody doesn't want to have that type of party. Got anything else? Health aspects, yes. Okay, so where do you get catalogs? You're going to get catalogs in your box, and then you can buy more under the Business Essentials. Yeah, I would definitely share and do a booking game at your party launch. Remember that COO in the party school is going to have tons of booking games as well. There's a whole list of them. I wouldn't play anything that's not going to result in either an icebreaker, a booking game, or a sponsoring game. Try not to play games just to be like the circus clown. I'm not there to, be 100% entertainment. So if you can remember that, if anyone's seen my party, I know Lindsay just saw it, we do the chore game, which is the icebreaker, and then I do the Ask Me Anything game. And then if I wanted to get bookings, because I've been doing parties for a long time, you guys, and so I sometimes don't play booking games because I'm pretty schooled at asking them in the shopping room if they want to have a party, and I put the pressure on them a little bit, like, hey, let's help the hostess out. Let's get her some free extra stuff and have a party. You guys are new, and that's hard for you to do, and that's why we recommend booking games, because it's so much easier and more fun to play a booking game for you guys, and it's just a no-brainer. And that way you don't have to feel like you're pressuring anyone to book because they actually want to book because you played a game. That's why we do booking games for you guys. Okay. Hey, Taylor, so if somebody wants to have a party but they live with their parents, see if you can find someone else who hosts the party for them. I've even offered to have it at my own house for them, when my kids are not here. Some people have, there's a couple of consultants, you're going to laugh. They have their whole basement that's set up, and they do parties for anyone who wants to at their house in their basement. I always thought that was a really cool idea. It's like set up, they had a whole little party area. And so people could just come over and do the party there. But sometimes they can find party halls that are free, your local church or maybe your community. Sometimes communities have free community centers that, they just have to reserve it with their name. And so just think outside the box. I've even done it at restaurants, people who know somebody who owns a restaurant or a bar, and we do a back private room and, just have the guests buy dinner or buy appetizers or buy drinks or something. I mean, if you do it on a Monday night when the bar is slow or the restaurant's slow, and they can get some business that way. So it's a win-win. So that's a great way to do that. Jessica, breaking the ice for newbies who are nervous. Oh, my God. I was so nervous when I was new, and I swear I still get nervous. You're not going to want to hear that. No, I don't know who likes to be up in front of people talking to them. I know everyone says, God, I'm so nervous. I don't want to be up there talking. I don't really necessarily want to either. But what I try to remember is I'm there to educate them and empower them. And you have women at your party who are super nervous to be there. So try to picture it in their shoes. So even if they're like nasty to you, like sometimes you'll have a party where someone's just out of control and maybe they're drunk or they're like, oh, I don't need any of this. I'll bet you 100% that they're nervous and they're just nervous to be there. And so they're just, talking silly because they're actually nervous. So if you can envision that your guests are more nervous than you are, you'll be fine. People really aren't all eyes on you except in the beginning when you walk in. They'll look at you, see what you look like. And then once the party starts, they're going to be totally caught up in what you're talking about and the products. And they're more engaged and enraptured with what you're passing. They're smelling the coochie and they want to smell that body dew and they want to taste that Just Like Me Maui coconut and they want to see what the sensations is doing, if it really is going to heat up when they blow on it. So don't worry so much about being nervous. Gay males. Remember, if they have a penis, they can't come to a party. They can't have a party. So I know gay males always seem like they'd be a great customer for us, but if you look at our product lines, we really don't have a lot of products for men. If you go through every single product we have, it's almost 90% geared towards either a woman or something heterosexual couple based. And so honestly, our products, I have found that gay men kind of laugh at it. We're almost like vanilla light. We're almost like, for bored housewives, this is not hardcore stuff. We don't have hardcore BDSM. We don't have hardcore, crazy stuff. So to me, it's, I think if a gay man saw our catalog, and they have, because I have gay friends, I've showed them, and I'm like, is there anything you want? They kind of laugh at it because they have all that. They have C rings that are 10 times more powerful than what we have. They have the cages, and they have, C rings that are way more intricate. So if you can remember that and kind of look at our products, like, gay men aren't really going to be all that interested in the Pure Naked line. They're not going to be interested in Bubble Bath. They're not going to be interested in the Bosom Bunny. They're not going to be interested in Body Bling, glitter powder. I mean, you might think they are, but they're really not. Lubrication is for women, most of it. So if you can keep that in mind, because before they start thinking, gosh, I'm going to lose a whole segment of the population because it's all about women. Just remember that 85% of the household budget is spent by the female, so don't worry that a guy's not there. And the gay men, if they want to order stuff, let them order stuff. They don't have to be at a show. So don't worry about that. I know it's a lot of new people said that, so don't worry about that. Yeah, so if he's upset that there's policies on men, open up the catalog. Give him a catalog and ask him what exactly he's interested in that catalog, because I'm interested to hear what he's actually wanting out of there. And let me know. Give me a list. I would call him up and say, go through this and show me what you think. Yeah, Ashley, people will make fun of stuff. You'll see, like, the loudest drunk person at your party will make fun of the anal stuff, and then she comes in the back shopping room, and that's all she buys. So don't ever listen to what they're saying. Handle a guest who try to tell other people to order from a toy website. I don't really have that, because they understand we're here to help the hostess. So I always tell them at the beginning of the party, let's thank the hostess for having us here. And 10% of the party sales are going towards the hostess tonight. So, she did a wonderful spread of food and drinks over there. Let's give her a round of applause, and let's show our appreciation by buying lots of goodies, because you're going to help her and her husband out tonight. She's going to thank you. And so if you kind of say that at the beginning, they're not going to be referring to a website. The other thing I would say, if somebody did say that, is this is an unregulated industry, meaning anybody can make sex toys and they can make lubricants. They can make it in their basement. They could make it, their kids could whip up a batch of it. So a lot of that is not safe. It's not a regulated. It's not like the FDA is, involved here. And so if you really value your privates and you value your health, it is best to shop with a reputable company. Pure Romance spends millions of dollars on our professional and expert staff of doctors. We have a chemist. We're partnered with Indiana University. We're very big on the sexual wellness aspect of Pure Romance. And so with us having such a dedicated support system like that, you can ensure that all of our products are top-notch. They're thoroughly tested. They're thoroughly researched. And they are thoroughly going to give you the most satisfaction. We've all gone and tried something maybe from the mall or the drugstore that, maybe burned us, or we didn't like it, or it was just yuck, and that's because it's an inferior product. You just don't discount shop when it comes to bedroom accessories and lubrications and arousal creams, because you really can do some damage there. So again, it's coming back to educating them. Any kind of objection, my house is too small, or why can't I have a man there? Once you educate them, I don't find that you get a whole lot of people cranky about it. And same with, if somebody said, let's go shop from a site. Once I educate them, I try to do that at the beginning of your show. Get in the habit of doing a great opening speech where you're saying, is anyone new to Pure Romance? Welcome. For those of you who've never been to a party, welcome. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about our company. We are, a leader in the industry, and that's because we have such a great sexual wellness, team at our fingertips with doctors and chemists and Indiana University. So see what I just said, you could actually say in the opening part of your show. And that way, people usually aren't saying stuff like, oh gosh, go to Adam and Eve. You'd be like, ew, really? Okay. Parties that are in bad neighborhoods, Victoria, you can Zillow it. Go to Zillow.com and you can see where you're headed. If it looks bad, make sure you book that party during the day, at a 2 o'clock on a Saturday. You could actually bring your husband or your boyfriend and have him sit in the car if you really want to do the show, and he can drop you off. He can take all your stuff into the party. he can scope it out and kind of be your bodyguard. And you can let him know my boyfriend's sitting out in the car on the street. He's going to wait for me. He's going to wait 2 hours. He's playing trivia crack, So I would definitely recommend that. Okay, 1 more minute and then we're going to end it. Dun, 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 dun. Products. So all the products you want to hand out back to the guest, not to the hostess. You want to keep it private. Shernay, I usually don't have hostesses who do parties and nobody shows up because I hostess coach them. So remember, go back to the slides where I talk to them and tell them to ask their church friends, ask their PTA moms, ask their gym friends. If you do some really good hostess coaching before your party even happens, we don't have nobody show up. And same with that Facebook event. You can already see in my Facebook events, I had 14 coming, I have 24 coming, I have 18 coming. You can see the head counts. So I never show up to 0. I just don't have that anymore. So just, you may show up where there's a small head count like that, and then you're going to remember for the next time, I'm going to work better with my hostesses, and I'm going to hostess coach. PayPal right away. Yes, use your PayPal right away. You can get it right now. You can go on right now and order it, and you'll probably have it by the weekend. It comes really fast. Yay! I'm so glad, you guys. Do you have a product to demo from each category? Aaliyah, I kind of do. That's a good rule of thumb. Really good. That's a really good newbie question. Get something from the massage category. Get something from the bath category. Get something from the beauty. Get something from the enhancement gels. Yeah, definitely. Great idea. Smart cookies. I know we have smart cookies. You guys are so welcome. This is fun. See if I got everybody. Yeah, quality. Pure Romance. That's why you're with Pure Romance. I call us the Neiman Marcus. We're the Neiman Marcus and the Nordstrom of the industry. So, we're not going to the dime store here. We've all bought crappy bath bubbles at, Rite Aid, and it's yuck. We know Mr. Bubbles, and then we know Sephora Bubbles. You know what I mean? Like, I think people know. I tell them you get what you pay for, honestly. It's not a matter of bargain shopping because you can always find things cheaper, but is the quality worse? Yes, the quality is going to go down when you go down in price. So, anything else quick? Yeah, no lap boards, you guys. I don't do lap boards. Forget it. It's too much work. Make your life easy. Just give them a catalog, and then in the catalog is a wish list. They can fill out the wish list there, and then there's the customer care card. They can fill all that out. I don't do lap boards anymore. You can play your games right on the notes section. So flip the wish list over on the back of it, the notes section, so you can play your games on that. Super easy. I'm now going back to the order form, and so I give everybody an order form, and we flip the order form over. We play the games on the back of the order form, and they do their wish list on the back of the order form because it's just bigger. I like the order form, and then they can. On the front, they can put ones by things they want, so it makes it really easy. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to let you go because this was awesome. I love you all. I welcome you all. If you have questions, you can definitely ask me anything you want. The best way to get me is through email or text. My email is partiesbydana@gmail, so that's partiesbydana@gmail. Or you can text me 443-454-7050. Facebook is the worst place to get me. My messages just overflow in there. They're overflowing right now. I can only handle a couple places to find messages. So email or text is really great. And I'd love to help you. I'd love to meet you. And please come to the next national event. I'd love to meet you at the next national event. And if you have a local meeting, if you're in our area, we do local meetings every month. So make sure you know when the next meeting is. And if this is on a recording, check your date book, check your calendar, see where you're at. So you guys have a great night. Welcome. I hope you make tons and tons and tons of money. And yeah, my number is 44. Someone typed it. Thank you, Sarah. 443-454-7050. Someone typed it. 443-454-7050. And my phone doesn't show like a name. So please say who your name is if you're texting me a question, so I know what. You say, this is Mary Smith. Not Mary either, because there's a lot of Marys. You guys make me crazy. The money you're going to make is insane. I'm telling you. I make so much money. It's crazy, and it's all from Pure Romance. And there's no reason in the world you can't do this because there's nothing I'm doing that you can't do. It's totally duplicatable. And when I started, I had no experience in vibrators whatsoever. I didn't even know what I was talking about. Everything I do, you can learn, and you can learn, you know, in your own time. So always pace yourself. And if you need lots of money, then remember the name of the game is to book more parties. So you guys have a wonderful night. Yes, East Coast All-Stars. I cannot wait to see you guys.